because I have a dear friend of mine who is bringing a really cool product to help mental health. Her name is Alisa Powers. I'm super excited to have you on the show today, Lisa. Why don't you kind of get everybody up to what you're doing and what this product is all about? And good morning.
Good morning or good afternoon here from Italy, I should say.
Wait, you're in Italy, people. She's in Italy. So tell us about a little bit of how beautiful Italy is before we talk about your wonderful product.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Well, yes, it's a pleasure to be here sitting at one of my friends' very private locations here in Cantina Dionigi.
Yes.
Just grateful to be using this space. Behind me, although you see the Mee is a beautiful vineyard, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Good place to be, can't complain. It's so good to see you after all of these years. And for those of you who don't know, KJ and I go back to elementary, middle school, where we were basketball players together. Little basketball. Point guard. Actually, KJ taught me my skills. Well, she ran circles around me. Anyway, glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Talking about a new product that we are launching, Mee MS, a mental emotional equilibrium. My story's not over water. It comes in still and sparkling, and there's a whole purpose to it behind it, and it is for mental health. 100% of what we do goes to mental health programs, giving back, creating awareness, and just making sure that we kind of take the stigma and make it something where it's a normal thing, normal to talk about. It's something near and dear to me, and it's a mission and a goal to raise awareness and to kind of bring it out into society that, hey, we have an issue here, let's talk about it. Come talk to me. It's all about me, MEE, mental emotional equilibrium.
Well, where can people find you? You have a wonderful website and an application on top of it that you can actually download and put right on your phone. You want to tell people about that?
Oh, I do. Thank you. So right now, you can purchase us online, www.mee-msno.com, and you can find us there. Order us from there. We're going to be on Amazon and Walmart. We're doing a whole bunch of different fundraising events, different locations. We're actually going to be at the Tropicana, traveling around not only the U.S. but the world, doing different events. In November, we will be in Key West at a major boat show. In December, we'll be in Puerto Rico doing a hotel launch. So you'll be able to find us all over, and hopefully soon in a lot of retail markets as well.
What I really like about this is 100% of the proceeds go to building, the mental health fund to use for mental health awareness and other projects that you guys are doing. So tell us a little bit about that, because that's exciting.
Everyone has a story. And it is amazing starting this journey. And if you don't mind, maybe I can back up and tell you why I started this journey and how it has unraveled to being what it is. So 6 years ago, I lost my best friend to a death by suicide. I knew that she suffered with depression, and I knew that there was situations going on. I just didn't know the severity of it. And what is such a shame is not only the loved ones and the children that she left behind, but the fact that she wasn't comfortable enough to have conversations. Our society, although it's getting much better, it has been almost a taboo topic. So it was my mission at that point to create a safe space, an environment, a place that people could come sit down, gather, and say, okay, this is what's going on, and to realize that they're not alone, to realize that perhaps somebody else is feeling those same emotions or those same feelings and thoughts that they're having. So when I went and started this program, I initially met an amazing woman who started mental health first aid training with Colin Powell. And then it took me to my girlfriend, who happens to be the president of Linden Oaks, and finding out different programs. And it's taken me on this fabulous journey of meeting people. You and I, 2 summers ago, took to the streets of Chicago. And one of the things that I said was, wouldn't it be great to just get get a box of tissue, a couple chairs, and have everyone come sit down and say, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. What is your story? So it was really nice, that you and I connected on that. And this journey has taken another level, or another turn, I should say. I then started Powers Packaging, which is my other company, and that's selling cans. It's beverages. And knowing mental health has been a near and dear to my heart. There was a dear client who's now a friend as well. He approached me and he said, why don't you just do your own beverage? You know this industry. It would be very simple to do. You have the contacts and the resources. And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I could do that. Why not? And so sure enough, reached out to my contacts and everyone, and that was in March. And now we're at the end of September. We launched, August 22nd. So in a quick, short time, was able to turn this around, and I'm very, very excited about doing it. Along that way, you're talking with people, and I'm really, really excited to announce one of the partnerships Mee MS is with Global Pro Suckers. And as we continue on with our podcast, I'll definitely have them on as well. But Global Pro Soccer is involving all of their teams, and they'll have their jerseys with the Mee MSN logo on it, raising awareness, doing fundraising, helping the kids and the community spread the word, but also helping in the sports environment. And without saying, soccer is near and dear to my heart, as you know, with my son and daughter.
Well, your son's a professional soccer player, so it's kind of cool how it worked out. I know we've been, like you said, for a couple of years trying to figure out a way to really resonate with the public to get mental health awareness out. I also lost a friend to suicide. I actually lost a friend recently and he struggled for years. And if you don't know the struggle and understand, mental health and the struggles that come with it, and that's what everything you're doing. You've been working really hard for a couple of years. I remember sitting in the middle of Chicago interviewing homeless people who basically were suffering from mental health that made them homeless. And it broke my heart to hear they couldn't even get help. We went and helped them. We bought them water. We got them some food. But, it'd be nice if we had a place to say, hey, go here, they can help you. And that's what you're trying to build. And honestly, Lisa, I'm just in awe over you and all the accomplishments that you have done, and then how you are giving back. You're such a strong woman. It is my pleasure to interview you. And yes, we are starting our own podcast, bringing mental health awareness. So we all struggle. And this new podcast that Lisa and I are doing will help bring that awareness. And let's talk about it. And speaking about that, where can people go to your website to talk about it? So tell us about that, because that's a really cool concept that you came up with.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate it. And yes, real quick, as you said, when we were in Chicago, I think one of the most rewarding experiences was after we stopped filming in Chicago, the woman, and I don't know if you remember her, she came up and she said, I need help. My son is suffering from anxiety. Where can I go? I don't know where to go to. And you and I sat and I just gave her a list of contacts and resources and how she could get that help. But that to me was like, okay, this is why we're doing it. We're doing this to help give back to the communities, to help give back to society. And it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. We are all one degree of separation away of knowing a story or having a story or knowing someone. And that is so important, which is why. So yes, on the website, we have created a safe space. I will say that it is monitored, and I need to make it very clear. I'm not a therapist. I am not a doctor. I am not certified. I'm just a person on the street who wants to hear your story because I care. And I want to make a difference, and I want you to know it's okay. I want to hear the successes. I want to hear, hey, I've dealt with this, but you know what? I overcame this because guess what? I survived my hardest day. And you know what? I'm still here. And that makes me strong. So that I think is really, something to have at that environment. So we have created on our website, www.lemon-infused.com. mee-msno.com. You can go on there and it says, tell us your story, share your story with us, and we can talk about it. And it's an open platform. So, we do have that. We also have resources listed on the website. In addition to, we'll be posting where we're going to be doing the podcast at when we're traveling around. So so for example, when I'm in Key West in November, please, by all means, if you're in Key West, come visit us, come sit down. If you want to share your story, come sit and talk with us and tell us your story. We would love to hear it. So we'll be there I'll be in Napa in December as well. Puerto Rico, as mentioned. So wherever we're going, we'll be doing that. We'll be in New Hampshire in November. And then also, the Tropicana once again, and maybe you can share with us about that. I know, this one is huge. This is another great.
This is going to be huge. They're coming to the Tropicana, and we're going to be, hopefully promoting it with the martial arts, and they're going to, supporting each other, because this is really important to me too. You and I have talked in the past. We have known so many people that suffer in silence, and and sometimes they just need a friend. And that's the one thing we learned from Chicago. How many people are lining up just because they wanted someone to listen. And the one good thing about you is the stories are a safe place. And if you don't want your story out there, it's just a place to write. And your friend Lisa sees it. But if you don't want anybody to see it, that's okay too. We're whatever you want. We just want to bring awareness and let you know it's okay to suffer. Sometimes divorces are because two people are suffering and don't know how to handle it. And that's what we're trying to do with these podcasts in the future, is to make it okay to suffer and say, I'm suffering right now, I need help.
The reason why we came up with the acronym MEEMSNO is mental emotional equilibrium. And I have a really good friend of mine who he actually is a therapist. And when I lost my best friend, he helped me more than he knows. And, he was talking to me about highs and lows and people's balances and imbalances. And he said, what you want is you want to be content. You want that equilibrium. You want to have that where you're just good. You don't need to have that high. You don't need to have that low, but you want to figure out where you can just be good and content.
Find a happy gray area where
It is. So it's the mental, emotional it's that balance, the mental and emotional balance together. On top of MSNO, which is my story with the semicolon, which is for mental health, is not over. Meaning your story's not over. It might be a tough little chapter here, but guess what? We have a whole additional book to continue writing. So let's write it. And how can we help? Maybe we can help, this is your stage, this is your story. And maybe we can help by being in the audience and supporting it.
Mental illness is like a swear word almost,
It is. It is. And it's not, people aren't crazy, which is a word, it's a C word that I hate. It's not.
I'm crazy cool. That's what I tell people.
I taught my kids from a very young age that Popeye was a great man. You know why Popeye's a great man? I am what I am, and that's what I am. Be who you are.
What I
kind
am.
of like when we were dancing
the Popeye dance. Oh my God. That's so true.
Be true to who you are, because you are who you are, and you are a tulip, you are blossoming, you are beautiful, and allow that. So just be Popeye. I am what I am.
I love that. I love Popeye, because no matter what, Popeye would always prevail and would never give up and always survive no matter how things got. Even with a can of spinach, you just drink a can of Mee Water.
That's exactly it.
Right? Popeye. So, but let me make sure we got all our questions down while I got my little notebook. Well, and the nice
thing about Mee Water, just so you know, is that it's a lemon and magnesium infused water. So everyone can drink it. It's good for the mind. It's very simple. It's very clean. It's very refreshing. And I can't wait. We'll be we'll be at all these different locations, and please check the website for the locations, because we are traveling the country, eventually the world, to kind of do these podcasts, to get out there, to show people, to have conversations, to provide an additional safe space. So
Yeah, and so Lisa will be on location. Like right now, I'm in Colorado. She's in Italy. So while she's traveling, we're going to be doing these really cool podcasts and all kinds of really cool stuff. So this is really just the introduction of something great. But one more question: like, why did you decide on water? I mean, we went through a couple different. We tried, but why did you decide on water?
That's a great question. And I did water going back to a friend of mine who said, why don't you just do your own beverage? And I was like, what is something that everybody can participate in having? Because at the end of the day, it's 100% goes to mental health. 100%. So everyone on our team, no one is taking a salary. This is all volunteers. We are going in and creating this product so we can give to mental health programs and facilities. That's it. So we wanted something that everyone could have access to. So making a water is something that's hydrating. We added lemon and magnesium, which is good for the mind. Kids can drink it. Adults can drink it. It's an easy beverage to take and to participate in.
Yeah, well, water is the foundation of life. Drinking something that's really helping someone. Like I said, 100% proceeds. When does that ever happen? Okay, so that means I'm volunteering my time. She's volunteering her time. The people, the manufacturers are volunteering their time. All for what? To raise money for mental health, because that's how important it is to get this topic out there and combat the stigma of it. And because I'm really sick of the stigma of it, where people are hiding and they're afraid to say anything because they're afraid that, oh my God, my image, if they find out I'm having a bad day or I'm wrestling with suicidal thoughts. And that's the most dangerous part of mental illness, is you suffer in silence, but you don't have to anymore. You have me. So come and support me and Lisa and become part of this great organization. Volunteer your time. Help us. And let's make a difference together. I kind of like that, Lisa, huh?
It's all about me. That's what it is. It's all about me. And it is. And if you check the website, once again, you'll see some of our partners from, DWS, who is our label manufacturer, who's donating all of the labels, to our filler, which is Noble Filling in New Hampshire, and they're donating their time and labor for this. So it's very, very wonderful. And I've picked up a couple distributors who are saying, hey, we'll partner with you. Don't even worry about, let's get you out there. So everyone that we've come across has been extremely generous with their time and their donations and saying, we want to help. How can we help? This is important. And the thing to develop programs is, I think, is so pertinent into what we need to do for our society, because it doesn't matter how much funding you have. To get somebody into a program right now is so difficult. I spoke to a friend of mine who's a professional athlete, and hopefully she'll be coming on one of our podcasts. She had a family member who suffered from depression, and she said even with how wealthy she was, she couldn't get them into a hospital and register because of all of the red tape that she had to go through. And it's not right. We need to be able to, if somebody is suffering, we need to be able to create resources of somebody who can help, and we just don't have enough.
Immediately resources. I mean, that's the thing is, you might not be suffering to the point where you need to actually enter an inpatient hospital, but you might be on the point where you really need some help, and you can't wait 3 months for a doctor's appointment. I mean, that's the reality of it right now, is you can't even get into counseling and good doctors now without major waits. And I don't even know how to change that, but we're going to try. We're going to try until we die, because that's how important this is to us.
It is. Well, I do have a goal that I'd like to share. My first goal, being a love of soccer, was I was hoping to have a commercial for the World Cup, but I don't think we'll be ready just yet to do that. But I'm putting it out there because if I put it out in the universe, this means we'll make it happen.
Yes.
2027, look for a Mee Super Bowl commercial. We're going to do something really cool. I'm putting it out there. It's out in the universe.
I don't doubt you, Lisa, because you are a finisher. You finish. There's a lot of starters in life, but not a lot of finishers, and you're a finisher. And that's why I had no doubt that this project is going to be great and we're going to really make a difference. And it's, and yeah, personally for me, I thank you. I am so proud that you chose me to work on the project with you. And I mean, I'm just in awe at all the cool things you're doing, and I'm excited. So this is the first one of many.
Nice.
And,
mark it down in history. We're making history today, September 25th. We are making history. Yeah, 25,
so Lisa,
25.
before we sign off, why don't you talk about, I mean, people don't know, but you have some really great kids. I mean, and as a mother, and people who are mothers know how hard it is to raise really great kids. I mean, everyone knows you can come from the best family and you cannot control your kids all the time. So one of the reasons you're in Italy is because your son is a professional soccer player, correct?
Yes, although he's in Greece. I just chose to come to Italy because I love Italy.
So wait, no, but he was in Italy. Now he's in Greece. How cool is that? Because people don't know, we also had another soccer player from our high school. That was a big soccer player. You know who that is? Yes, Brian. Hi, Brian. Yeah. But it must be in the Buffalo Grove blood or something. But and your daughter's very accomplished, and Lisa's very accomplished. I mean, this isn't some woman that's just came up with an idea and is. This is an honest woman that I can tell you right now, your money is going to go exactly where she says it is. There's no hitting anything in the back door. It's all from the heart and true, and that's why I'm here helping my friend, because she is from the heart and true, and that's what I like to work with people like that. So it's thank you for the kids. And yes, real quick on my kids, my daughter is playing in college. She's a goalie. She has a scholarship for where she's playing. My son is in Greece. So yes, very, very proud of soccer mom. Absolutely. But the thing about what you're saying, and you're very gracious and kind with your words, so thank you. But not everybody is always so put together. It wasn't too long ago that I was going through my own, I had my own story. And I remember a friend of mine said to me, look, you know what they say on the airplanes, you've got to put your own mask on first before you help someone else. And so it's taken a few years for me to actually be able to put my mask on, because a few years ago, after all of this transpired and some other personal things happened, I can tell you I was sitting in the seat, the mask dropped down, but it flew to the back of the plane. So at least now the mask is in front of me and able to put it on, which means now I can help with others. And I think that's so important to do. And it's so important, once again, to provide that environment. And I'm glad I wouldn't pick anybody else to dance in the streets with me, to take this journey with me than you, KJ. I mean, oh my God, that is so sweet. Yeah, we're going to be tea. But I mean, like you said, I remember that period you were going through, and you conquered it like a champ. And if you don't understand it or have the awareness to it or the empathy for someone suffering, that person feels alone. And I'm sure for a second you felt alone.
But it's okay. That's the thing.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, it's okay.
Going through this, no matter who you are, no matter what your situation is, it's okay. And to have somebody say to you, sit down with you, hold your hand, or look you in the eye and say, I empathize with what you're feeling, or I sympathize with what you're feeling. Either way, it's okay.
Yes.
It is okay. And you're going to be able to get through this. Let's help. How do we get through this? And that's where I think people, we haven't had that. And I want people to come out and once again, it's all about me, MEE. It's all about sharing your story and for us to say, okay, it's okay.
But I like that. It's okay. Because a lot of times people don't tell, they feel like they're doing something wrong by suffering. No, it's okay. It's okay to suffer. We all suffer. Why hide it? It's okay sometimes. And that's powerful words, Lisa. I never really thought of it like that. Like, if you're having a bad day and you're suffering and your mental illness or your depression or whatnot is you're suffering, it's okay.
It's
wow.
Okay.
Those two, that is so powerful. It's okay. I like that.
And it
So,
really is. So going back through, for some of our podcasts, I'm going to share a couple things because next week we're going to bring on Global Pro Soccers. So I'm really excited about that. And then we will be bringing on both my son at one point and then my daughter, so everyone will be able to meet them, and we get to talk with the soccer team from my son's club, and then we'll talk with the soccer team, hopefully from my daughter's club and her college, university, or some of the girls. And we'll be able to see different generations and what they
see, that's
consider.
important. The younger generation suffer different than how our generation, or even the 30-year-old generation, every generation has a whole bunch of crap to put up with. So it, definitely would be kind of nice to get your children who are in the public eye and work with, teammates, get their perspective on their generation and how they're suffering and what they're doing.
Absolutely. Well, and then I also have a friend of mine who is a very famous cricket player who he said he would like to come on, and just to hear how different perspectives, and it's not just generations, but it's, people who think these superstars, that they have everything, but they don't know what happens internally. One of my other friends who was an athlete, he's retired, and he said something that hit home pretty hard. He said, it was really difficult for me when I would walk into a place and everybody would know who I am, and cameras would be flashing and people would be running up to me, to fast forward 10 years and I walk into the place and I have to wait for a reservation. He's like, if you don't think that takes a toll on my mind and my ego and what that does to me, he's like, it drained me. And I'm like, wow. I mean, you don't think, and maybe that's minute compared to what other people are dealing with, but it's still something that he deals with, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But to understand that not everybody is as they seem, or as social media makes it seem like everybody has these perfect lives. That's not the case. It's not necessarily.
I mean, social media is fake a little bit. Let's face it. I mean, I was in the hospital not too long ago. Nobody even knows, but I posted pictures like I was on vacation. I mean, it's so easy, to do stuff like that and get yourself a persona that is, kind of not the reality. But I also feel like you said, what he's struggling might not be what someone else is struggling, but it's still important. Everybody's struggle is important. It's not like a tit or tat. My mental illness is worse than your mental illness, or what. It's not like that at all, because everybody who suffers differently in silence, and some handle it better, some don't. Some have major problems and handle it with grace, and some have little problems and need help. No problem is ridiculous. If it's important to you and a problem to you, it's important. And that's one thing I want to say to people, because I always get people being like, "Oh, wow, that's so." No, it's if that person is suffering, who are you to say that's not important for that person to feel that way? You should recognize that it's okay to feel that way, even if you don't understand why they're feeling that way.
Absolutely, and to give them a hand. Simply give them a hand. You don't let somebody fall down intentionally. Just give them a hand.
Right? Sometimes it's just holding the hand and saying it's okay. It's okay.
That's right. That's right. It is okay. That's what we intend on doing. It is. But I am super excited because there are a lot of different groups that want to partner with us. So, as soon as you tell me that we can, I can't wait to talk about the Tropicana and that in more detail, because that is
we're going huge.
That's really, really big. But also, in Key West, the boat races, that's going to be another big event. So we'll be doing a podcast there, which will be a lot of fun.
You're doing the Key West boat races? Ooh, that is huge. I just might have to fly down for that one. Oh my God, that is one of the biggest events in Florida. Everybody knows about that event. I am so looking. We're going to really do that up. Oh my God, Lisa, that is going to be so fun.
I think so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and maybe next week I can share a little more detail about who we're doing it with and what's going on. But there's just a lot of really fun things happening, and getting out there and talking with people, sitting down, and I would love it. If anybody is at any of the events, come up, say hello, sit down, let's have a chat. It's all about me. So tell me your story. What is your story? I want to hear. I know
Right?
KJ does.
Yes. It's all about me. I love that, all about me and a group of people that are like-minded, wanting to make a difference in combating mental health. I think that's
Absolutely.
great. I mean, that's really that in a nutshell. So, okay, so one last time, Lisa, where can people go to your website to get all the information, download your app, and start becoming a part of our movement?
Well, if you see it behind me, you'll see a QR code. You can just tap on the QR code and it'll take you right there. And if not, it's www.mee-msno.com.
And on that note, I'm KJ Kordick, and I'm here with Lisa Powers, and welcome to the first edition of our podcast. And make sure to sign on and go check out me and tell us your story, and because we will listen. And
Remember,
it's right.
It's all about me.
It's all about
Thank
me.
you.
On that note, bye.